the defense, drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that I was.
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's vlog. In this video, I'll be sharing with you kind of like behind the scenes of how I juggle it all together as a working mom. I have a 9-to-5 job, guys, and a content creator, and now I pretty much just do all these things together because you guys always ask me. What I always tell you guys is that I delegate a lot. So I have a nanny, or my daughter has a nanny, or sometimes I call her my house assistant. That also helps me because I cannot do all these things without having help. And people always ask me that, what does my help do? What exactly does she do? So her primary responsibility is actually to take care of my daughter and take care of my house. So she like cleans, sweeps, she likes to cook. I think it's by the nature of where she's from, and she also loves to cook. So I also allow her cook, and she cooks really good food. Pretty much what she does is that she wakes up in the morning and then she cleans, sweeps, washes plates, things like that, and then she packs my daughter's school lunchbox for school, and I just inspect it to make sure that it's right. And at this time, I'm either praying or doing my workout or something like that. And then my daughter wakes up. By this time, she's probably done with her chores, and then she baths her. And a lot of times I like to wear her clothes for her. Sometimes I also bath my daughter depending on what the time is like, and she also has to get ready. That's my nanny. She has to get ready because I don't leave her at home alone. She has to go to my parents' place. That's where she stays during the day. So that means we all have to leave the house together, so I can drop my daughter off at school and then drop her at my parents' house. I learned my lessons from the last nanny that I had, that I usually leave at home, and she was bringing all sorts of men into my house and giving out my food to different people and just doing my house anyhow. But she actually doesn't mind going to my parents' house because she really likes it there. She has freedom. She gets to cook whatever she wants. And my parents have somebody living with them there, and their friends, and the gist and all that great stuff. So she also gets to go off on some weekends when she wants. The agreement between us is to go off 2 weekends in the month. But honestly, in the last 4-5 months, she hasn't even gone off. Like, she doesn't like going off anymore. I don't know. Maybe she has to think of the cost of transportation to get to where she's going and coming back, and she just feels like it's not worth it. Anyways, overall, she's being a really good nanny to my child and being a good addition to our family, and we're so grateful and thankful to have her in our lives. So while our nanny is getting ready, I am also getting my daughter ready for school, wearing her clothes, wearing her shoes, brushing her hair. I love when she looks very neat to school and very, very tidy. I love when I see tidy and neat children. And then she also gets to have her breakfast. On some mornings she just have tea and bread. Like this morning she already ate her bread, and other mornings she has cereal. And then I just proceed to get myself ready, and by that time Tisha's nanny will be done, and then it's time for school runs. We head out into the car, and it's such a private moment for us in the car because that's when we get to pray. I also get to instill some values in Tisha with the help of a nanny also, because she reiterates what I tell her. And we just dropped my daughter off at school. She's always so happy to go to school. She loves her old teacher. I don't think she loves her new teacher yet. So after dropping my daughter off, we head on over to my parents' house to drop my daughter's nanny in their house. I also had content to film. It's a Friday, so I had to film content real quick before heading to work. So I go to this little sitting room in my parents' house to film content. I open the doors, I open the windows, I turn on the light. I then start to set up my tripod, my camera, everything that I would need to film this content. And most of the time, whatever outfit you see me wearing in the video, that's probably what I wore to work that day, because I just cannot be bothered to be changing clothes 10 times because I want to film content. So if you see me wearing an outfit in a video, I most likely wore that outfit to work. So then I bring out my journal, and then I start working on the content that I want to create. I've already brainstormed the idea, but then just putting down like a script of things that I'm going to say is what I start doing. And you guys, this is such a difficult process sometimes because I know what I want to say, but then just putting it down in words can be so difficult, especially for people like me that don't know English very well like that. It's always something else entirely. So I sit down, I scribble down, I correct, I erase, I write it all over again, and then that is when the hard work starts, because now I have to say these things that I have written down, and I have to do so many takes sometimes, and it's so annoying. There are also several factors that come into play. Cars are passing, they're honking, the noise is entering the video. Sometimes when I get there to film, there's distraction like generator being on, construction work happening next door, the neighbors just making noise, and sometimes this is so frustrating. The other day, rain kept falling and the sound of the rain kept entering the video. I was so frustrated. I had to wait for the rain to stop falling before I could film the video, and mind you, I still have to get to work. Those are some of the hard things that I have to deal with being a Nigerian content creator. NEPA takes light, and then you have to film a generator and the noise, neighbors banging, cocks crowing, different things just happening that you did not think was going to happen. And I have to say that there are also some other days that I would get there and everything will work out totally fine. On this day, on this Friday that I was filming, guys, there were so many things that were just going wrong. So much noise. I couldn't remember my lines. I had to retake several times. But at the end of the day, I finished. I spent about 1 hour, 30 minutes trying to film. And the funniest thing was that it was just one content, well, two contents for just one brand. See how much work it takes into actually executing all of this really nice content that you guys see. Editing is another thing I don't even want to start with. So when I got done, I have to close back the windows, close the door, dismantle my camera, just pretty much put everything in place. Nobody really comes to this part of my parents' house. Nobody actually visits here. It's just a sitting room that nobody actually uses. But still, I like to put everything in place just in case somebody has a visitor or something like that. And then I get back into the car and it's time for me to start heading to work. Lately, there hasn't been so much traffic on the expressway, so I'm so grateful to God for that. But then there are some days that there will be so much traffic and it will make me get to work late, and I have to start coming up with stupid and unreasonable excuses for my bosses at work why I actually got to work late. And on this particular day, the FRSC actually stopped me to ask me for like my car papers and things like that, and they actually delayed me. But finally I got to work. Obviously work was already waiting for me that I needed to attend to. But one of the things I like about my job is the fact that I can get to gist with people and interact with some of my colleagues while I actually do my work. It's not always like totally boring work stuff. There's gist, there's politics to talk about, there's so many other things to talk about. But I always just make sure I concentrate so that I can get the work done on time. Because as you know, I have a second job as a content creator and I want to get my office job done quickly so that I can start editing the videos that I have filmed, so I don't have to wait till I get home to do that. Just trying to kill several birds with one stone. And that is how my day goes, you guys. Okay guys, I am finally in the car. I just started the car. It's the end of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, just basically showing behind the scenes of what I get up to, how I kind of juggle work, content creation, going to work, getting my work done, being a mommy. A little clip share, because I mean it doesn't show you like the full picture of everything, and every day is not always like this. There are days that it will take me lesser time to film. I get to work earlier. There are days that when filming is taking longer than expected, maybe it's taking like 1 hour, 2 hours, I just leave it at where I am and just try again the next day. Also, editing is not every day I get to edit in the office. There are days that office is really busy and I have no chance to edit when I get home. But today, Friday, is chilled, so it was good and I was able to pretty much edit in the office and get all my work done at the same time. It's TGIF. I'm so excited, and it's also the last day for this week for my uploads. I'm so proud of myself. I was able to upload every day this week at around the same time every day this week. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being supportive and being here as always to show me love. Thank you so much. It's been an exciting week and I'm just going to go enjoy the rest of my weekend. I would also film and show you guys and things like that starting next week. So thank you guys so much, and I will definitely see you guys next week. Bye guys.
I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying high.